Hello.
Hey, welcome to the...
King Smith.
the intro failed.
The intro
Oh,
That's
that's bad. Hold on. Wait, I gotta fix this.
He's got to fix it, guys.
There we go.
There we go.
I had to reset the intro.
Way to go, Bob Pizzola.
Sorry. My bad.
Yep.
Welcome to the King Smith Podcast. We're your hosts.
Zach King,
And
Nathan Smith.
thank you.
Yeah. So we kind of had to do a restart.
Yeah, we had to restart. We were
Yeah.
having, the cats were
Yeah, the cats
being
were.
extra.
Yeah. Anyway,
So,
so Nathan,
yes.
something interesting happened last week.
Yes, it did. Well, kind of.
Kind of interesting.
Not really for Kansas City.
Not really for Kansas City.
Yeah.
I bet you all are expecting tears. Tough luck. You're not gonna get them.
Yeah, we already cried. Well, actually, he already cried.
Well, I didn't cry at all.
I'm wearing my Chiefs right now, but
I didn't cry at all.
I mean,
I did not cry at all. You did not see me cry, so do not claim that you did. Yeah, that would be a
yeah,
lie.
you can't say that you were not emotionally distressed over the Super Bowl.
Oh, I wasn't. It's not like I was happy, but it's just like,
We'll give him a second and see if they stop.
yeah, the cat's playing with the door, and
We usually don't let him do that, but we're gonna try to see if waiting it out works.
we're gonna try. But if it doesn't, we're gonna.
He's like, I'm stuck. Yeah, you're gonna be stuck.
Yep.
Normally they're not this bad. We actually had to restart the podcast once already. 'Cause
Yeah.
They,
They were playing out. They were playing
Yeah.
with the door. Oh, okay. There we go.
yeah,
I think it finally clicked.
I think they're finally getting that. So, anyway, the final score, Zach, what was it?
40-22, and
Yeah.
the only reason it was that close, it was even that close, was a couple garbage time TDs. Here, I'm gonna
It really
scoot-
was a couple garbage
I'm
time
gonna scoot a little bit closer to Nathan, so we're not as far apart.
Yeah.
Gonna act like we care about each other.
I care about you this week.
Yeah.
No, the real score was really 40-6,
Really,
and even
yeah.
the Chiefs players were saying it.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, it's rough.
so yeah, this just kind of goes to prove that the only way Kansas City can lose the Super Bowl is if they lose big.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes. You might kill me for saying this. It kind of makes you guys like the new Patriots of the NFL.
Right.
Like, as long as Patrick Mahomes is with you,
Right.
you're gonna be hated and treated like
Exactly.
Tom Brady and the
Right.
Patriots, which now we know what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's tough when you're on top.
It is tough when you're on top.
So
But on that note, first of all,
yeah,
what reffing are y'all gonna complain about in this game? The fact that the Chiefs players were complaining about legitimately bad calls. Stop it. The only reason I give any ground to the Patriots for paying off the refs is because they got caught cheating.
yeah.
Okay, they legitimately got caught cheating. That's the only type. That's all I'll give you.
Mhm.
They got caught cheating, and it. So,
Yeah.
and even then, I'll say, more likely than not, they weren't paying off.
Yeah.
They weren't paying off like the entire reffing, like the entire referee community, populace, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's a big giant thing.
There's like a separate. It's basically a separate division and a separate branch in the league, where there's a ref in New York that has all the games on it. Well, there's a team in New York, that has all the games on all the time and is watching all of them, and is catching mistakes the teams on the field are making. Calling the stadium saying, hey, they missed a call, or hey, they shouldn't have called this, or whatever.
I like the new virtual refereeing that they've got that way.
Right.
I think that's good for football.
Right. And replay assist has helped.
Oh, that's been huge.
Yeah.
Replay. Well, ever since replay started, that's been huge.
Right.
But Anyways,
but my main point is to say that you that a single team is not only one paying the ref team on the field to,
Right.
to call games for them, but
Yeah.
paying the ref team in New York to call
Yeah.
games for them.
Yeah.
That's absolutely wild.
It's pretty cool, actually, that
Right.
they've got that many teams doing that.
Right.
So I want to go over some stats real quick. So stats-wise, if you're looking at just a stat sheet outside the score, the Chiefs actually played a fairly formidable game. And I
Right.
say fairly, not super. But
Again,
if you look at Patrick Mahomes went 21 for 32, Jalen Hurts went 17 to 22 for 22. But Jalen Hurts only had 221 yards, which is still a lot of yards. But he had 221 yards compared to Pat Mahomes' 257.
right.
And Pat had 3 passing touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but Jalen Hurts had 2 tutties and 1 interception. So defense-wise, they were actually about the same.
Right.
Offensively is where the issues came in, even though it looks like on a stat sheet they were
Right.
similar. Now, if you cut out the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, Patrick Mahomes' stats gets cut in half,
Right.
if not more. So you got some of that.
Right. Well, yeah.
But yeah, Xavier Worthy for the team was really good, but everybody else didn't really do much.
Oh, the main.
D-Hop dropped a pass. T. Kels dropped a couple.
Well, there are gonna be drops in the game. The main problem is, and this is how this happened the last 2 Super Bowls we've lost. The main problem is our offensive line.
Well, and specifically left tackle.
Well, left tackle was this year. I don't remember what it was in the Tampa year, but I just okay. And in the Tampa game, our entire offensive line was
You guys were
injured.
injured, yeah.
He was injured,
You
and
guys
it was
barely got there.
and it was basically all our backups. Which, I mean, I'm not going to destroy them too much because they're the backups and
Right.
they're meant to come. They're not expecting them to play a full game.
Yeah,
you know.
they're supposed to be swapping and out
Yeah,
of
right.
They're giving the main guys a break every once in a while, not playing a full game.
Right. Against one of the best defenses in the league.
But I tell you what, the Eagles, their press, and
They
they
did
never
well.
blitzed.
And they never blitzed.
That was
But they never had to because our line
was decimated.
our line was gone. Well, and specifically left tackle. And we were talking about it on the way home from the
Yeah.
church because we
watched that at the church. It was a lot of fun.
We watched at the church. It was fun, but I was talking about it, and I was just like, and I've even talked to other people about it. I'm just like, you can't have Joe Tooney, a left tackle, a left guard, play left tackle that much.
Yeah.
And you said, oh, they're getting cocky, and I'm like, no, they're not getting cocky. They're getting complacent. There's a difference.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right.
Cocky is a guy named Aaron Rodgers.
He's not even cocky.
Yes, he is.
Kind of full of it.
Full of it, namely himself.
Well, yeah, but there's the broad branch, and then there's got the specifications. The specification is cocky. The broad branch is pride.
Yeah. But so you're saying I'm right?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just agreeing reluctantly.
Nathan, you can take the blinders off. You don't need to wear rose-colored glasses with him.
He won us a Super Bowl.
Yeah, 1. My quarterback has won a 3.
Yeah, but he's lost you 2.
No, he hasn't.
Okay,
He's
you're
actually
lying.
been-
You're
he
all
actually-
lying. He was the only reason why you even stayed in the game.
Right.
He's the only reason why it was respectable.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's some more stats for you, Zach. So the Chiefs overall had 275 yards, and the Eagles had 345, which is actually fairly close.
Yep.
If that were a regular season game, that wouldn't be any walk. Wow, that was a loud meow.
Yep.
Any walk off. But here's where the number gets really interesting. So your total yards, your passing yards, and yards per play are pretty even down the middle. Your
Right.
rushing yards is where the difference is. The Eagles had 135 yards rushing, and the Chiefs had 49.
Uh-huh.
That's when you start to see what you were saying with the offensive line kind of crumbling because Pat would have to dish off the ball, and then what happened? Boom, stopped at the line.
Stopped at the line or behind the line.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
And so
I'm not fellow Chiefs fans. I'm not bashing Joe Tooney at all. It's just he's used to playing a left tackle, or he's usually used to playing the left guard position, which is the more interior position in the line.
Yeah. That's not left tackle.
That's not left tackle. The outside of the line.
Left tackle. The tackle position is like the zone of the offense.
Right.
The guard of the line is like the man on man.
Right.
And they're able to shove guys into each other and everything. Right. They're just doing everything they can to stop it.
It's worse because depending on which hand is your quarterback's throwing hand, the other side is automatically the blind side.
Yeah.
So Patrick Mahomes is he's thrown the ball with his left hand, but not too often.
Like once a season maybe.
Once or twice.
And it's like a
maybe.
flip pass to
it's not a big pass.
It's like a 10-yard thing.
But most of the time he passes with his right hand.
Mm-hmm.
So the left side of the line is the blind spot.
Yeah.
And
that's where you put your left tackle.
Right.
Why didn't they move the right tackle over there?
I don't know.
Why did they switch it?
Well, I don't know. Because
he can do that.
I don't know that the right tackle would have been able to play left tackle though, because right tackle is easier. The problem is, the problem is, my biggest problem is, they had a left tackle on the roster,
right,
and decided to just go with the left guard at left tackle.
That was Humphrey.
And we had DJ Humphries on the roster.
Humphries, yeah.
And by halftime, we should have said, "Okay, DJ, you're in the game."
Right.
And
at least by halftime.
If
not, like second quarter.
Yeah, second quarter.
Yeah,
before the game, start him at left tackle.
Right.
Then if he gets injured, into the first quarter or end of the half, then you can be like, oh, okay, we can move. Let's move everybody that's had it like we had it before.
Right.
But you can't expect your left guard to be your left tackle and go against one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, you can't do that. That really was improper towards
Joe Tooney. Yeah, that was bad, and
it's going to make him look really bad. And honestly, that might even cost him his job.
Oh, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Joe Tooney shouldn't. It shouldn't cost him his job.
But it could.
It could. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it shouldn't.
I don't think Andy Reid would do that. I think he is an understanding guy. I think he'd be like, okay,
but
I should have had this figured out by now. But
speaking of Andy Reid, don't get me wrong, great coach. He's brought us 3 Super Bowls. He's the winningest coach in Eagles history, by the way.
Dude, let me pull up a stat for you real quick.
Yeah, he's one of the best coaches. And no, you can't claim anymore because thank you, Romeo Cornell, for being an absolutely horrible coach.
Let's see, Andy Reid.
But while he's looking that up, I'm going to say
there's a cool stat I want to show
you. You say there's a cool stat I want to show you, even though I probably already know it.
No, you don't. I guarantee you don't know this one.
I can guarantee you.
Keep talking.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep talking because I'm gonna. What stat are you trying to look up?
I'm trying to find out how he ended every.
Use your mic.
I'm trying to figure out how he ended every single year because I saw a stat, and it was insane.
It's bold of you to assume I don't know that stat.
You don't know the stat,
Nathan. I've been alive longer than you. I know a lot.
By 2 years, okay, that does not count.
Yes, it does. Actually,
no.
Yes.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does. You just don't want it to. Be honest with yourself.
It does not matter. What matters is when you started caring about the NFL.
Which would have been 2 years before you did, so it does matter.
You did not care out the womb. I guarantee you did not.
Yes, I did.
I guarantee you didn't even care about Andy Reid because he was with the Packers when you were born.
Nathan,
he was in the Super Bowl with the Packers when you were born. Okay,
so
97.
Oh, you mean you cared straight out the womb?
No, I was a fetus.
Exactly. Well, you weren't even there.
No,
you
I
were,
wasn't even in fetus stage.
You were somewhere else.
I was the twinkle. I was
You weren't even there,
twinkle,
buddy.
The twinkle stage.
Anyway.
Okay, I'm trying to find the stat. It's such a good stat. I saw it today. I don't think I'm searching for it right.
Oh, it's all right.
All right. Well, anyways, he's basically ever since he was with the Eagles, he basically went to either the Super Bowl, the championship games, or at least the first round of the wild card, or of the playoffs in the wild card.
Nathan.
Every single year.
Nathan. You assume I didn't know that, but I did.
I just wanted to read off the specifics of how many times he's been like in the Super Bowl or in the AFC or NFC championship games.
You assume I didn't know that stuff, but I do. So,
You don't know the specifics. I wanted to read the specifics.
Well, you weren't saying the specifics.
That's
you were saying you
don't
know the stat. You don't know the stat.
Trying to search. That's what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to find. Whatever. You can tell we're roommates.
Yeah. Anyway.
So here's some stats for you though that are actual stats. So the Chiefs only had 12 first downs. The Eagles had 21.
That doesn't matter, but
it's a lot of first downs. That's a lot of ball movement.
It's a lot of ball movement.
The third down and fourth down efficiency are almost exactly the same, though.
You're right.
That I found that very interesting. That means the defenses were doing something.
The defense were holding it down.
The problem is the offensive. Total plays was 49 plays on offense for the Chiefs compared to the Eagles' 70.
Right. Again, I'm going to be honest with you real quick, man.
6 sacks allowed on the Chiefs versus the
Nathan,
2 on the Eagles.
I'm going to be honest with you real quick. The time of possession, number of first downs, all the, run efficiency, all that really doesn't matter unless it's a game like this where you're just like, one offense is like actually doing all those things and the other one isn't doing it.
Yeah.
If you're talking about
statement.
the games like in 2018 with the Chiefs, where they could, score a 70-yard touchdown. Yeah, of course the other team is going to get more first downs, have more time of possession, have more rush yards and all that junk, because they're going to be doing a whole lot more.
Right.
But that really doesn't matter if you have it going up against a team that can score 70+ yard touchdowns in the blink of an eye. Now, obviously, the Chiefs didn't do that. I'm not saying that,
right. Yeah, it's one of the few games where the stat sheet actually uncovers some things.
Right.
It's really one of the few times. So I just wanted to go over those with you.
Yep.
But man, 22-40. Were we even right at all on any of our?
No.
Yeah, we weren't right at all at any of our predictions for this.
I don't think so.
For this game, because I think I've said if it's a blowout, I think the Chiefs got it. If it's tight, I think the Eagles are going to get it.
No.
I think that's what I said, and it was totally backwards.
Yeah,
completely backwards.
So, congrats to the Eagles.
Seriously, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game
for them.
Jalen Hurts played near a perfect game. Obviously, he had 2 sacks and the interception.
He did really well.
But if you could have played, if you were to come and said, "Hey, this quarterback has 2 sacks and an interception and still won," I would have been like, "Okay, 28-24, that type of game,
Right.
Not a game like this."
Right.
And again, it was down to our offensive line where, Reed, whoever it was that said, let's put Tooney in at left tackle, that's on you. It's and this is the one thing bad thing I'll say about Reed. It's ultimately on Andy Reid because he didn't say, hey, wait, hold on. No, we have Humphreys. Put Humphreys in.
Dude, look at this.
What?
Xavier Worthy, he had 157 yards
Right.
catching. But guess what the drop-off is?
What?
The next one who had even close was Travis Kelce with 39. That's how big the delta is.
Here, I'm
Oh,
gonna
he's going to go after.
I'm gonna go after the catch.
So that's a huge delta. That means the offense wasn't doing anything. The offense had nothing going on for them, guys. Versus, you're looking at the Eagles. Their receiving yards are actually pretty tight. You got 69, 43, 42, 40, and that's between Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, Dotson, Barkley. That's pretty good. And then Dallas Goedert every once in a while would do something. He only had two catches, but he had 27 receiving yards. But the spread for the Chiefs was just insane. And that's not a good thing because D-Hop, Juju, Hollywood Brown, they all had under 20. And, once you get past that, it was basically zero.
Right. Yep.
So, man, I don't know. The Chiefs just could not get it going.
Right.
So, what do you think? This offseason, what do you think the conversation's going to be, Zach?
Well, I think I told you this before. As far as in the Chiefs locker room, specifically in the offensive line room,
Yeah.
they're gonna go in and say, "Hey, some of you guys are not gonna be here next year."
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a guy that, like, I think Trey Smith is gonna might walk, and we sign somebody.
Yeah.
We'll probably sign an actual left tackle.
Yeah, probably.
And that might be where we spend our big money, is signing a left tackle to like a 2 or 3 year deal.
Yeah.
But
Do you think that's going to be like somebody that you're going to get off of waivers or something, or trades, or are you going to
we could
probably get them in the draft?
Well, I don't think we're going to get him in the draft. I think we'll sign a left tackle because we have Kingsley Sumatia, who played early in the season and struggled.
Right.
So I think we're going to get a guy. We're probably going to sign a veteran left tackle and then see if we can develop Sumatia at all.
Right.
See if, give him some reps in preseason, see if has he learned anything at all. If not, put the veteran in and then give him the starting reps. The next biggest conversation is, and the Chiefs have actually said something on this.
Mm-hmm.
The next biggest conversation is Travis going to retire? And
I don't know. In the postseason, he actually looked alive.
Yeah, and before we get too deep into that, the Chiefs have given him a deadline of March 14th, which I think is like the start of the new league year. Just say, hey, are you gonna be here or not? If not, okay. If so, okay. We just need the answer.
I think you're right with what you said in podcasts past.
Right.
Where I think it's gonna be a situation that he's gonna follow his brother, like the 2-year gap between him and his brother. So I think he's gonna try to push for one more year.
Right.
But he's kind of been on the fence. He's been dodging the question.
Right.
But I noticed, like, usually when NFL players dodge it, that means they're probably going to get another year out of it just to try to see what happens.
Right.
But he's, 35?
Yep.
So, I mean, okay, it's not unheard of that you get a little bit older, players, but, 35, yeah. That's starting to get there.
Yep. Anyway. And the reason I'm continuing to talk is so I don't go over the cast for 5 minutes and make sure they're not.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
He's more or less just screering right now.
He
likes to yell.
He likes to yell, and
Anakin
sometimes
does. The other cat's perfectly quiet.
Right. My main concern is always to make sure we leave this house in as good condition as we found it,
if not better.
Yeah. And that's just saying, understanding. Yeah, there's gonna be some natural aging because that's how the world works.
That's just how houses are.
Anyway, So yeah, the Chiefs have already given Kelsey a hard deadline to say I'm in or out,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's the right way to do it. Just
Yeah,
say, hey,
you got to force the hand sometimes.
Yep.
It's like with Tom Brady.
You're
Like
right.
he was like, I'm gonna retire, and then he was like, no, actually, I
I'm
got
coming.
another year.
I'm coming back for another year. Anyway,
But he more or less delayed his
Right.
career with Fox.
Yep.
That's basically what
Right.
he did.
Anyway, so I think we've covered that game pretty well.
Yeah.
Nathan,
Yeah.
what are some off-season predictions that you have
For the Chiefs or in general?
in general?
I think Rodgers goes to the Saints.
Oh,
Um.
I don't think that's a team that's been linked with him.
This past week he has been.
Oh, really?
It looks like that might be something that happens.
Maybe. I could see it. I'm just saying I haven't. That's not something I've heard.
I think he goes to the Saints. I don't think he's going to retire. He's only 41, and quarterbacks have been playing older,
Right.
like considerably older than even they did 10 years ago.
You're right.
We used to have quarterbacks retiring like 38, 39. Now you got quarterbacks retiring at 45.
Right.
So I think Rodgers might actually have about 4 more years in him. I don't think he's going to stop. I think he's
Right.
going to stop when he can't make any more money.
Okay.
So I see him going to Saints. Packers, I think Christian Watson's gone. He's
All
too
right.
hurt all the time.
Okay.
I think he's gone.
All right.
I hate saying this, but I think their captain,
Jair.
Jair Alexander, I think he's going to be gone too, because he's
All right.
also had injury issues
All right.
the past few years. Eric Stokes, I think, is going to get traded too.
Yep.
Micah Hyde retired, which was really sad because he could still play, but I think he's
Right.
just done at this point.
Right. There are several players like that who they can still play, but they're just like, I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah. Oh golly, who else? Let's see. You guys are gonna get a left tackle, no matter how it happens. You're getting
Right.
a left tackle.
Right.
Let's see. I'm not even gonna get into the draft because I don't even know the players in the
Right.
draft.
Right.
And yeah,
As far as mine go,
Yeah.
obviously, I
I'm
think
gonna
we're.
do some more research. Go
Yeah.
for it.
I think we're gonna get obviously get a left tackle. Yeah, I think you're right. Christian Watson, whether he's traded for
I think he'll be traded.
a late round pick or just plain out released. Rodgers, I don't know where he's gonna go, but I think he's gonna try and play this year.
He will. I think he
And
will.
it's my question is more or less who's gonna be in that market of highly dramatic quarterback
Right.
who based on last year, well, his stat numbers were good.
Mm-hmm.
He was not the eye test. I'll just say based on the eye test, he was not playing that well.
Right.
And granted, okay, that could just be it's the Jets, and the Jets suck.
Well, the Jets just do
Right.
the weirdest crap. Their front office is their issue right now.
Right.
It wasn't Rodgers.
It wasn't Rodgers.
He maybe contributed to some of the issues,
Right.
but it wasn't him. Really, it was his receivers. But
I don't know
I'll
that
die on that hill.
the Saints have the habit of kicking their cap down the road,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of that's coming due this year. So I don't know that they're gonna.
That would be crazy.
Whoa!
Sorry,
Yeah.
we just looked at something on the screen.
Oh yeah.
The Ravens. This is from Sportsnot. DK Metcalf going to Baltimore.
Now, okay. Before you tout that as fact, This is very early in the offseason.
Oh yeah, these are very predictions.
These are very predictions.
Super predictions.
This is basically we're speculating based on what we think might happen.
We're throwing darts at a moving dartboard.
The only thing I think I can be mildly confident about. I don't know about you. So the only thing I think I can be mildly confident is saying that the Chiefs will get a left tackle somehow.
Yeah.
Whether that's through the draft or through
You're getting one.
We're getting one. That's
Yeah.
something we need to do.
Yeah.
But as far as what every team does, like in general, we're, like Nathan said, we're throwing darts at a moving dartboard, and okay, some of them might land, and like some of them might be a bullseye.
Right.
Others will miss completely, and then we'll make some that are just like, we're sort of right, but we don't know, and that's what everybody's doing right now.
The Bengals signing Zach Martin and then keep T. Higgins and Trey Hendrickson.
Okay, here's the thing about the Bengals.
That'd be kind of scary.
I don't think they are not going to keep T. Higgins, Trey Hendrickson, and Jamar Chase.
Here's one for you. The Browns signing Kirk Cousins and draft Travis Hunter.
I don't know.
I think that would be. I like Kirk.
I could see. Okay, I could see the signing Kirk.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry about that.
We
the
had
encoder glitched out on me here.
Yeah, got a brief audio issue, but okay.
But we actually were able to save most of the videos,
so we got it.
So yeah, we were talking about Kirk Cousins.
Right.
I think Cleveland taking Kirk Cousins and Travis Hunter's a plausible move at the minimum.
The question is, are they going to trade for him, like trade with the Falcons, or are they going to wait until the Falcons release him, then sign him?
I don't know. Kirk's not a spring chicken anymore, though.
He's not a spring chicken.
He's not old, but he ain't no spring chicken.
Last year, I'm going to give him some grace for last year because he was coming off a big Achilles injury.
Yeah.
And Achilles injuries for any player are just kind of...
You're basically looking at a full-blown year without any workouts.
Right. And...
I mean, you'll have some, but...
For him to play as good as he did...
Right.
Up until they benched him, that's not a bad year for
right.
someone. But... and I said this before, specifically with the Falcons and Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Why the heck did you sign him to that big of a contract and then draft a guy if you're going to start the guy basically at the end of the year, and then if you know you're going to regardless of when they started Penix, if you know you're going to start Penix eventually this year, why draft Kirk at all?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're just like, hey, we're gonna try to do the Alex Smith thing and have him mentor until the last game. Anyway,
bruh,
you wish.
Green Bay Packers trade for Max Crosby.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would take it. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's another one who requests a trade here. Not.
I think he's had enough
long.
too. Because who's he with right now?
The Raiders.
They just got
They got Pete Carroll.
So
he might give it a year. Sorry, it's about to snow here, and there are road work. Teams going out.
They're already getting ready.
They're getting ready. Anyway.
Yeah. By the way, stay safe.
Right.
All you in the Midwest, essentially, right now, it's going to be terrible.
Starting
here pretty soon, actually.
All you outside the Midwest aren't in any less danger.
Yeah. They're in less danger than we are.
Stay safe in whatever situation you find yourself in.
That's true.
Anyway.
Houston Texans trading for Devontae.
That would be good for Houston.
That would be good for
Devontae.
Devontae.
They did trade for a big name receiver last year, and
yeah, but Devontae's been playing well. That's the
Right.
difference. Even though he was on 2 bad situations, he still played well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So yeah. Anyway,
I'm gonna keep looking through some other.
yeah, these are just potential trades.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yep.
With Jair Alexander, I think he's gone. Sadly, I like him too, but I think he's done.
All right.
All right, this website is like gonna make my computer explode.
Yep. Anyway. So yeah, Rodgers, I think he'll try and play for another year. Just getting back into like our personal predictions.
Right.
Rodgers, I think he'll try and play for another year. And the Cowboys, until Jerry signs the team, you're kind of in a limbo.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Jerry has to sell the team, and I actually told this to my dad. And I think I told this to you before. Regardless of if one of his kids takes over or if somebody buys the team, they are going to have to hire someone and say, "Hey, you are Jerry Jones' babysitter."
Mm-hmm.
He comes into the building. Yeah, take him to the locker room. Take him to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Take him to take him to talk to Dak. Take him to talk to some of the players.
Right.
But you do not let him in this office at all.
Yeah, the Cowboys. I feel terrible for them.
I would say I feel bad for the fans, but they're obnoxious. So
I feel bad for the organization as a whole because they're being held back by the very guy who owns them.
Right.
And they have been for years.
Yep.
So.
Right.
All right, Zach. You got any other parting words here?
Go Chiefs. We will win the Super Bowl next year. We're just giving you guys a break.
We want to see the State Farm Bowl.
Yep. Which means Aaron Rodgers has to be an NFC quarterback to do that.
No. Actually, I don't even know if he's.
I don't
is
think
he
he's
even with State Farm.
I don't think so anymore. I think
I think the hype for that kind of died.
Yeah, I think that kind of died because they
Jordan Love should be the next.
It just kind of became Patrick's after a while.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Rodgers was too talkative.
Right. Oh yeah. Brief side note. I don't know when the.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah. I don't know when the end slate is coming. The brief little announcement, little housekeeping here at the end. On February 28th, the end of this month, I know I've said this in videos I've already released, and we've released a short about it. But unless we have someone actively giving us money on Patreon, we're
gonna kill it.
We're gonna deactivate it for now, and
we'll see if it comes back.
We'll see if it comes back. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, you guys missed your shot. But unless we have an active member paying on Patreon by February 28th,
effort into it.
We're not gonna put any more effort to it. We're basically gonna take it. I think it's like the technical term is like unpublish it.
Yeah.
So we're basically gonna
take it down.
We're gonna take it down and basically let it die until we are big enough that we can be like, hey, we need.
All right, y'all. Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you for watching. Peace out.
We can never time this right, so.
Yep. Yeah, pretty good, actually. I think it's like, what, 2 minutes?
2 minutes, yeah. All right.
All right.
See you guys later.
Bye.